everyone, and welcome to Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls, Montana. We are ringside for Intense Cage Fighting 7. This, the latest show from the boys of 221 Industries. I am Richie Melby, joined by my partner, the retired Dave Evans, a former fighter himself.
Thank you.
We are ready to have some fun this evening here tonight.
It's quite the stacked card that we've got ahead of us. Probably one of the best fight cards the state of Montana's seen. You know, we really got to give it up and give it to 221 Industries and Corey Smith for putting this together. This is really exciting to bring Montana on the MMA map.
Let's go ahead and start things off with the main event. We're talking about a guy, Frank Ramsey.
You know, I got goosebumps as you said that. I'm looking so forward to that fight.
Talk about this kid. He is an absolute stud.
We've got Frank Ramsey coming out of the dog pound out of Missoula where he trains at. He's originally from Great Falls. The kid is an absolute all-around well-rounded fighter, and so there's really nowhere that he's real weak. And in past fights that we've seen Frank in, you know, he likes to take him down to the ground and control him down there. He doesn't have to do that to win fights. He just prefers to do that to win fights. He's really good down there. Very tough, humble kid, and you just got to love Frank. And he's taken on Hauk out of Billings down at the Grindhouse down there. The Grindhouse is typically known as a jiu-jitsu strong-based school, and so I expect that if this goes to the ground, you know, we're going to see some submission attempts and some scrambling, and, you know, they might be so equally matched on the ground that we could end up with a good stand-up war. I'm stoked for that one. I don't even know how to call it.
When we talk about Frank Ramsey, talking with Corey Smith out of 221 Industries all throughout the week, this might be the last time we see him fight locally. He's the next guy behind like a Leo Bercier, a Tim Welch that's about ready to go big.
Absolutely. He's on the national spotlight. They're looking at him, and we're so proud of him for that. You know, of course, those of us that are original from Great Falls, we've watched Frank for many, many years start to get where he's going, and just couldn't be prouder of him. And yeah, this is probably the last time that you're going to see Frank Ramsey fight for $15, so you better get down here.
That, of course, the main card right there. We've got some other big fights coming up, though. How about Travis Johnson and Don Tuttle? That's one of the ones we've got circled on the fight card as well.
Yes, sir. You know, another one of them. You know, Travis Johnson was involved in one of the best MMA fights that I've personally ever witnessed. It was an amateur fight at the time, and him and another gentleman that's on this card, Levi Peasley, the two of them went for it, and absolutely outstanding fighters, both of them, highest compliments. Travis Johnson's coming out of the dog pound, and, you know, them dog pounders, you know, they eat, sleep, and breathe MMA, and when you climb in with them, you better be ready and eat lunch.
Absolutely. And Bob Tuttle's a guy we don't know that much about, coming out of South Dakota.
We don't know a lot about Bob. He's coming out of you know, to our knowledge, a freestyle set in South Dakota, and he's coming up here, and we definitely appreciate him coming from out of state and climbing in the cage to entertain us. We appreciate that.
One guy that I know you're familiar with, Ogden versus Sandvik. This one's another one. We were liking having this one on the fight card as soon as the fighters walked into the building.
Yes, sir. You know, I've watched James Ogden over the last few years do his training, and he's really evolved into a good fighter. His very last fight was an amateur fight here in Montana that I watched, and in that fight he showed leaps and bounds of growth in the sport of MMA. And so for him to get this title shot tonight, I'm very excited for him. And, you know, he fights out of the Wolf Pack right here in Great Falls. And those boys also, you know, they train, and then when you get in with them, be ready to fight, because we are fighters, and that's what we do.
You're going to know Sandvik right away the second he walks into the ring with that colorful hair as well. This kid's a character.
You know, I'm just going to go ahead and call him the Ninja. You know, this guy is an absolute character, which, you know, in the world of MMA, when you get to know some of us, we're not all normal. And he is far from, and we love him for it. And the kid's got a lot of heart and a lot of personality, and I think he's going to be a great time to watch in there. You know, and when these guys get it on, this is just exciting for a guy like me to watch.
Absolutely. And that's just a few of the big fights we have coming up here tonight. But you know what? There's been a lot of hard work and excitement behind the scenes. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the final 7 days.
Please enter your password.
It just gives you chills and goosebumps watching it. The guys in the ring messing around, the girls getting ready to take to the ring as well. What's going through your mind before you walk out here into this ring right now?
You know, the anticipation of the show and the anticipation of being a competitor. You've spent the last 6-7 weeks getting ready to come into the fight, and now you come in here and you get this atmosphere and you feel this, and you see that cage and you know the time's come. And me personally, I was nervous up until today, and then I was good through the fight day. Other guys are nervous fight day. It's all in how you take your nerves, But right now, we got a bunch of fighters sitting back here in the locker room saying, you know what, it's time.
The fighters are getting taped up. The ring girls are here, and the crowd continues to pour in. We are just moments away from our first bout of the night, but we are going to take it to our sponsors in our first commercial break. We'll be back right after this.
Guarding America, defending freedom. The Air National Guard.
On this episode, the discount kid needs money fast to get his horse out of the hospital.
Lone Ranger, you have any money I can borrow? My horse is in the hospital.
What'd you do with all your gold panning money?
Oh, I had too much fun in Virginia City.
Me too. Do what I do when I need some cash. Head on over to Alias Smith and Jones Pond. They'll loan you money on just about anything of value.
Yeehaw, let's ride.
You ain't got no horse.
Oh, yeah.
Head over to Alias Smith and Jones Pond and find out how they help the Lone Ranger get a loan.
Miller time. It starts with brothers. Not the ones who share your DNA. The ones you choose. The ones who haven't called you by your real name in years. Who know the full story behind a broken bone, an ill-advised tattoo, or why you have a weakness for women named Jennifer. Add a round of Miller Lite, and you've got Miller time. Because everything's better over a great beer. A light beer that's never light on taste. It's not just a good time. It's Miller time.
When was the last time you slept like a baby?
More than 18 million Americans have sleep apnea, a condition that causes the airway to collapse during sleep.
Sleep apnea is a life-threatening condition if left untreated. Symptoms include snoring, headaches, and chronic fatigue.
Rocky Mountain Sleep Disorders Center is an accredited sleep medicine facility. Call them today for an appointment with a physician board-certified in sleep medicine for sleep apnea relief.
Rocky Mountain Sleep Disorders Center in Butte. They'll have you back to sleeping like a baby.
Welcome back to Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls, Montana. ICF 7 continuing to inch closer and closer to that first bout of the night. And look who we found. It is 221 Industries' own Corey Smith, my friend. This is the biggest. This is the baddest. They continue to get better every time you guys entertain us.
I'm totally stoked right now. This is awesome. The arena's filling up. The fighters in the locker rooms, everyone's jacked. We saw the weigh-ins last night. This can be a good card. I'm stoked right now.
Yeah, I'm probably more excited about this card than any fight card I've seen in Montana.
And, when you look at it on paper, you're kind of like,
right.
Yeah, it'll be okay. But
I've been a competitor in the state of Montana, and I know a lot of these guys, and I've seen a lot of them fight. And I mean, none of these kids are a joke. I mean, we got a fight card here.
You and I talked all throughout the week. We got to talk about Frank really quick. This might be the last time you guys sign him to come in here and fight for his home state of Montana.
Exactly. Frank's on a nine-fight win streak right now. He's won for us. This is number 7. He's fought in 5 of them. Dominate. And, everyone's looking at him right now. Brazil companies, Canada here. It's just insane. And Frank's going to be in the UFC someday. Mark my words. We all know it. We've all seen him grow up. And Frank. I just talked to him in the locker room, and he's got the look in his eye. He's got the look in his eye.
Is there anybody else on the fight card that stands out in your mind? One fight, one bout, something that you were just
Frank is fighting Jacob Hauk, and Jacob Hauk's been doing 3-a-days for the last 2 months, and he has that look in his eyes too. We all ran into him, and Jacob Hauk is entering that cage tonight. He's like, I'm gonna win this fight.
He's ready to fight.
There's not 1%
he came
of Jake
to fight.
says that I'm gonna lose this fight.
That's right. And just to mention, that Hauk stepped up in a very respectful way,
yes,
and just
did.
simply said, hey, you know what? I think I'm good. I think I'm the best. But there's only one way to find out if I'm the best. and that's to fight the best.
Exactly.
In my opinion, Frank Ramsey's the man that I want to fight. All due respect, but let's go see.
And that shows
and
an
here we are.
awesome competitor kind of thing. As a fighter,
Absolutely.
in your weight division, first thing you do after your first fight is who's at the top, who has the belt.
That's right.
And here's Jacob Bout stepping up, and he could be the next ICF poster boy. You never know.
You never know. Anything can happen in that cage. As soon as that bell rings, anything can happen.
Absolutely.
For
Corey
sure.
Smith out of 221 Industries. I know you have a lot of hands to go shake. You got a lot of people to say
Thanks,
hello
Corey.
to. We're going to get things rolling on with the night right here. Have some fun, my friend. Corey Smith, of course, the man that brings us these fights every single time we're in Montana, whether it's Butte, whether it's Great Falls, 221 Industries, ICF 7, as we continue things rolling. How about some of these amateur fights? Was there anything that stuck out? I know you got a couple of Electric City MMA boys that we want to talk about, too, before we get things underway.
You know, we do have, I've got Cameron Black Crow. He's coming out at 205 pounds. He's fighting for a title tonight. He's trained at Electric City MMA a little over a year now. That happens to be my school. He's been there a little over a year now, made leaps and bounds. He's coming in the cage now at 3-0. And he's fighting for a title. Definitely earned that. He's been training really hard, and so we're really looking forward to him coming out.
Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls, ICF 7 is now just moments away. We are getting chills. We are getting goosebumps.
Yes,
We're about
sir,
to get real in this ring behind us.
You know, as the minutes are ticking down, the excitement, you can feel it in the air. You can feel the crowd's really excited about what's about to happen here. We're totally excited that we've got national recognition in Little Old Montana. So we thank Corey Smith and 221 for making that happen, and CBS for allowing us to show everybody what we're doing up here. And you can feel the people pouring through the door and the excitement of everybody coming in here. This is going to be an awesome show, and we're really looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. And bout number one is just moments away. Let's go ahead and send things to Bob up in the ring.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even in starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge.
221 Industries welcomes you all to Intense Cage Fighting live at the Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls, Montana. Tonight's fights are sponsored by Inkfish Creative, Total Nutrition and Tanning, Rocky Mountain Sleep Disorder Center, The Loading Zone and Playground, Gold's Gym, Wadsey 361, official motocross gear of 221 Industries, The Rocking R Bar, The Salon Professional Academy, Miller Lite, the Montana Air National Guard, Q106, Great Falls Best Rock and Roll, Geranius Enterprises, Staybridge Suites, official hotel of 221 Industries, Alias Smith & Jones Pond, the Sting Sports Bar, home of your after-fight party, Shields, official home of 221 Industries gear, ESPN Montana, Cody's Cars, The Bug Doctor, and Rockstar Energy Drink. Your judges tonight are Trevor Florshinger, Tyler Brown, and Bob Winholes. Make some noise, Great Falls. Who's ready for a title fight?
All right, Dave. Well, we have got fighter number 1 in the ring right now. Here we go. Ryan Hill, one of the Great Falls boys, and we are getting ready to get things underway. How about this guy? 6'1", 170. An older gentleman.
Yeah,
a little bit older.
Ryan's getting in here at 32 years old. He's been training now for about 4 years. His fight record right now is 3-3. He's got 3 wins and 3 losses. Just a great guy. I've known a very good friend of mine. The man's married with 3 kids, and what a great father to his family, and it really takes a lot to be a good fighter and a good man to your family, and Mr. Hill has very well taken and filled those shoes. So we're very proud to have call Ryan our friend and our team member.
Right out of Electric City MMA. What can fans expect? He said freestyle. That's what he's looking for in this ring.
Ryan has some very good stand-up. He's got some really good reach, with them big, long arms. And he's also, no joke on the ground. These guys with these long legs and long arms, and that jiu-jitsu, it's an amazing thing. And like I said, we got Hill's been training for quite some time. So he's... he comes to fight, and he's just plain tough.
Favorite fighter, Chuck Liddell. So if that says anything about a guy like that right now, you know exactly what to expect once we get this bout underway.
That's right. He's coming to bang, and he's coming to fight. And right now, we got a dog pound boy climbing in the cage with us. Josh Sugar Wolf Williams, coming out of Fighters Island in Polson, Montana. Sorry, I did say dog pound. He's not. However, Mr. Matt Powers is being kind enough to corner him and come in there with him. We got Josh Williams coming in at 23 years old. He's 6'2" and 170 pounds. He's got a 6-5 fight record coming into the cage right now. And really, I was talking to him early, and he really comes across as a very decent kid, real respectful. And, from the videos that we've seen of this kid, he's just a plain tough kid.
Sounds good. Well, bout number 1, we are in the ring right now. We're going to send things up to Bob to introduce us to our fighters.
Great Falls, Montana. Welcome to Intense Cage Fighting 7, brought to you by 221 Industries and Rockstar Energy Drink. Your judges tonight are Trevor Florshinger, Tyler Brown, and Rob Winholes. Bout number 1 tonight is a mixed martial arts bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds and is sponsored by Total Nutrition and Tanning. Your referee in charge of the action, Cal Clark. Fighting out of the red corner, this man enters the cage tonight at 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing in at 170.6 pounds. Carrying a mixed martial arts record of 3 wins and 3 losses. Fighting out of Electric City MMA, out of Great Falls, Montana, Ryan Hill. And his opponent, fighting out of the Rockstar blue corner. This man enters the cage at 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds, carrying a mixed martial arts record of 6 wins and 5 losses. Fighting out of the Fighters Island in Polson, Montana, Josh Sugar Wolf Williams.
Gentlemen, come to center. This is an amateur MMA fight. This is 3 3-minute rounds. There's no elbows to the head. There's no knees to the head. There's no twisted leg.
Oh, I'm so excited for this fight. This is just going to be great. Look at these two boys. They're ready to go.
Go back to your corners. Wait for me to call you out.
This fight brought to you by the Loading Zone, the official location for the ICF weigh-ins. Brought to you by Air National Guard.
Here we go. Bout number 1 is about to get underway. The crowd is packed in here, and they are still actually walking in. Standing room in the back as we get ready for Ryan Hill out of the Electric City MMA. And how about the Fighters Island out of Polsa, Josh Sugar Wolf Williams. He's already got the best nickname so far here on this evening.
At this point he does, doesn't he?
Coming out of the blue corner over there in the red and black shorts. And then over here in the tap out gray and black, your boy Ryan Hill out of the ECMMA.
That's right.
There it is, the standing ovation to get things rolling.
Time, as a fighter right now, his time. This is your excitement.
And here we go.
All right, let's get it done.
Fighters lock into the middle of the ring.
Show of respect.
It's not going to take long either. Hill's going to start going for the body, it looks like, here in the early going. Throws the left one right there. What does it take when you guys start dancing around in the early going? You don't want to get too far into it right away. You don't want to wear yourself out as he misses the roundhouse.
No, you really want to watch, sometimes your energy levels and what's going on, and you also want to be able to time out your opponent and pay attention to him and see what's going on,
Couple blows to the head by Hill
there.
there.
And the longer the fight goes, the more that you're going to read your opponent and try and pick him apart and find how you're going to beat him.
These guys are long fighters. Again, Hill 6'1", Williams standing in at 6'2", so they've got some reach on them if they can just get some of these punches to land in there as they continue to dance around the middle right now. A couple quick kicks by Hill. Williams just kind of waiting for it. There's another roundhouse kick.
That's,
not good.
That's 2 high kicks out of Williams. The only time he's picked his feet up, he's gone right for the head. And you want to be careful of that. You go making habits, you get timed out of things. And we got Hill showing some stand-up, throwing a little high kick of himself.
Now we're going to get some grappling going.
The head. There you go. Nice knee on the clinch.
Over into the corner. And remember, the fighters in here cannot put their hands inside that cage. We heard that they'd be losing points right out of the bat. So they can use it as a wall. They cannot put their fingers inside the cage to brace themselves, have themselves not fall down. That was one of the things we learned earlier in the fighters meeting.
Yes, sir, it was. Right now we're clinched up against the cage over there, and men are just fighting for position at this point.
Couple of knees flying back and forth between Williams and Hill right now.
Some nice clinch work out of both of them, and Hill throws a strike from that clinch. You never want to leave a clinch clean. There's a nice straight left out of Hill. Here they come.
You can
Boys are starting to bang and swing
there
for the fences.
Go. Hill's starting to land
Hill
a couple of
just
those
caught him
punches.
Nice on the chin.
Oh, down goes Hill. Williams throws a punch there.
Hill got hit with 2
now
hard
we're moving into
rights.
the back, and down to the mat we go for the first time. Williams takes Hill down.
Yeah, he's about to take his back from him.
What happens when you land that first hit against
time.
you right there? What's going through your mind at that point? You take that first punch. Does it wake you up a little bit?
Sometimes it does wake you up a little bit, and it also just makes you have a little more respect for that opponent, and let you know that he came to bang and he came to fight too.
Well, the funny thing is,
we're fighting around on the ground right now, searching for a.
Watch your gloves, Ryan.
Williams has got his back. He's trying to get that rear naked choke. Of course, Ryan Hill is fighting that off, doing a good job of such.
And Williams told us earlier he's a stand-up fighter. Look at that.
Hill turns it over. Watch out for that arm bar. If Williams rolls over, he can take that right arm from Hill, but doesn't look like he's going to go for that.
Williams told us before the fights he's a stand-up fighter, and what's he do right away early in the going there? Takes him to the ground as Hill gets back up on top now.
Sometimes your game plan changes when you get punched in your face.
Here we go. Hill's starting to mount on top
here.
here.
Hill's got him mounted. He turned it over. The fight's on now. Hill has pounded out more than one opponent. He reversed this over and down to the ground.
There we go. Round number 1 in the books.
Awesome round.
Round number 1 in the books. We take him to the ground in the early going. Williams got that first strike, took Hill down as round number 1 is done and over.
Right.
We're going to come back with the final rounds right after this.
The fifth quarter is about to start at the Rockin' R. Join us downtown with Bobcat coaches and our 1950 Bobcat Chevy pickup with $2 Bud Light, and $3 Chuck Norris shots. And enter for a chance to win Cat Grizz tickets and other Bobcat gear.
Join us tonight for the fifth quarter. Only at the Rockin' R Bar.
Been staying here at the State Bridge since the 1st of January of 2012. And it's worked out really well. And I've noticed that several of the folks that I've spoken to on the planes are now choosing to stay here as a long-term guest as they're coming into the area. One of the unique differences that travelers will find is that the staff at the State Bridge will make each and every stay that you have just as enjoyable as your last stay.
This fight brought to you by Staybridge Suites, the official home of the ICF. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
got a towel?
Welcome back. Round number 1 of the first bout of the night is in the books. Ryan Hill in the red corner and Josh Sugarwolf Williams out of Polson in the blue corner. Williams landed the first punch. He got the first takedown. How do you score round number 1?
Yeah, round number one is a tough one to score when you're the judge because it's so close like that. You know, you've got Williams coming out there, and he landed 2 good shots, and actually, rung Hill's bell there for a second, got him down. Williams also got a takedown out of the deal. However, on the ground, you've got Hill getting a reversal in the deal, right? He's defending a submission, and he's reversing and taking position. Tough round to score. I'd hate to be a judge on that round.
Here we go, round 2. What do you tell your fighters coming into this round right here? They danced around for a while, but we're going to go straight to it.
To get after it. Yeah, see, yep.
Williams likes to keep going with that kick as Hill lands one right to the stomach there.
Yep.
We've seen Williams throw a few of those high kicks the only time his feet leave the ground.
Yeah, and he's also twitching when he kicks, so he's advertising when he's kicking. And right now, what's not working going to work real well for Williams is the fact that Hill is a striker first. Hill is going to be a stand-up fighter first.
And here we go, right in front of us.
So, yeah, great action. Love the seats. Once again, we're just jockeying for position on that clinch in there. We should get some knees going.
There comes the first one from Williams, the second one from
knees.
Williams. Hill's just trying to block him at this point.
Yeah, and right knee to the body from Hill would be a good timing right about now. As he's sitting there wide open, pinched up against that cage.
Those knees
to trade knees.
And Williams is doing a great job of getting tough and getting in there. And so now, here we go. Nice knee from Hill. Good left knee to the body.
Back and forth we go. Now Hill's kind of in control, putting his back up against the gates here.
Yeah, absolutely. And down we go, and it looks like Hill's going to be on top at this point in time. Hill keeps him up nice and tight right there and just stays in control, and he's going to do all right. He's actually 3/4 of the way to the mount right there. If Hill can get his left foot all the way over, he'll be in full mount.
And Hill's been landing some of those left-handed punches.
Mount. We got full mount. Williams using a little bit of cage experience to try and walk up that cage and use it to get away from there. That's another sign of an experienced fighter.
Yeah, again, Williams has that 6-5 record, so he's had plenty of bouts under his belt so far.
Sir. Yes, sir. We love heart like that. In our sport, it's win, lose, or draw doesn't matter. It's the fact that you got the heart to play, and we appreciate that. And so, much respect for every man that gets in there. Hill's up tight on his back. Looks like he's riding a little too high, though. If Williams just starts bucking his hips, he could actually throw Hill over the top of him, if you could see that.
And Hill has landed some of these punches to the head of Williams now.
There's a nice attempted rollout, and he rolled right into the mount. And Hill is just going to keep working him from the top, And when you're the guy on top in this position, you want to use as little energy as you can to hold him down and make him use maximum energy to get out of there.
You could see guys
you got Ryan Hill shooting for a Darce choke at this point in time. My angle's a little bad on it. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe
broke out of that one.
Yeah, maybe he was just grabbing his head. You never know. Williams is really trying to roll out of there, but Hill's a scrapping character. He's a tough one to shake at this point in the game.
And that's what he said. Williams might be spending a lot of energy trying to get off the bottom down here on the mats as well.
And when you got a guy on your back like this where Williams is at right now, the big thing is to get one of those hooks out and get your hip to the ground. Get yourself grounded out. Now Williams is rolling it back over again, has switched position right into a triangle.
Here.
Ryan Hill has popped the triangle. He's cinching it up. There's only 10 seconds left in the round. He better hurry.
Stop.
And the round comes to a close quick.
We don't know, was he saved by the bell or not? If I'm a judge, I just called 10-8, and Hill just took it.
Absolutely. Round 2 in the books. Round number 3 is coming up right after this.
If you're a big football fan, you're gonna love all the college and professional football action at the Sting.
The Grizz, the Cats,
even your favorite professional team.
All the action is huge at the Sting.
Everything is bigger at the Sting.
Bigger beers.
Bigger wings.
A much bigger location.
And the Sting has added more high-definition screens, so you'll see all the action.
All the games.
All the fun.
Football is great at the Sting.
The Sting, even bigger and better than ever.
1121 5th Street South.
One Professional Academy. From New York to your world.
I feel like I'm going to a salon instead of a school.
The atmosphere is really friendly and welcoming.
I graduated and was working just 10.5 months.
Not only does the school provide you with the tools you need, they teach you how to treat your guests with integrity and professionalism. The coolest thing about T-Spa is the energy. Probably the best decision I've ever made.
Your world, make it happen.
This fight brought to you by Alias Smith & Jones Pawn. Brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drink, the official energy drink of the ICF.
You good for a third round? You're good to go? You good for a third round? You're good? All right. Seconds out? Seconds out, gentlemen. Let's go. Seconds out. Let's go. Seconds out, gentlemen. Ready for a third
Welcome
round?
back. 2 rounds into the first bout right there. How about the ring girls? Absolutely. They're doing their job as well. Have to work out, have to go get the hair done. They come in ready to play as well.
Yes, sir. They have to take care of themselves also. We've seen some 221 industry ring girls that are into the physical fitness and hitting the gym every day and being models. And this is definitely a step for a girl that's looking to be a model. You just never know who's going to get found. These girls tonight are going to be on CBS.
And let's be honest, they have they've gotten some bigger cheers than some of the fighters from time to time.
They usually do.
Ready?
And here we go for round 3, guys. Here we go for round 3.
Fight!
Again, saved by the bell perhaps in round number 2. But
Absolutely,
we're coming back
in my opinion,
firing.
saved. Absolutely. Williams attempted to come off with a Superman punch, what looked like a Superman punch, and Hill caught him with a straight left hand. I can say from experience that Hill being so long and left-handed is hard to deal with when he's standing on his feet, and he likes to fight. So, he's definitely game, and both the boys are. I respect them both.
You can see that they're worn a little bit from those first 2 rounds. There was a lot of change in positions
Yeah.
down there on the mats.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Just an exchange of
Oh, there's a good kick from Hill, and now Hill's going straight after Williams. Left, right, and here we go. Right up against the mat. Couple to the pound, couple to the head.
Cal Clark's about to stop this. Williams
gonna have to
doesn't.
stop right-
Williams
oh, there.
just saved himself. Good call, Cal. That is some good reffing right there from Cal Clark.
Remember,
Thanks, Cal.
you've got to be able to
a guy
protect
with less
yourself.
experience would have stopped that. That was awesome.
Fight!
Great job.
Fighters have
Great
to be able
kill
to
on
show
Hill's
some
part.
protection.
Beautiful kick to the body. Hill needs to get those feet going and start banging, push him.
Williams is worn out after that.
Yeah. That body, that'll just take so much out of a guy. If Williams doesn't really get after it right now, I'm afraid he's going to lose this fight just due to those actions alone. Yeah, we're looking tired and a little fatigued right now, and so.
Is this where Hill should go for the kill?
Absolutely. This is when you push it, especially when you see a guy like Williams right now reacting like that. He took a body kick that was huge, and look, he's having trouble holding his hands up. And look,
There's
there
a
we
couple
go.
punches straight to
Hill
the
just
face.
lands some straight punches. Williams just doesn't seem to have the energy to be as fast as he needs to be.
He can't even get punches thrown at this point. Hill's just
No,
kind of
and-
messing with
and,
him,
you know,
waiting for that big shot.
Yeah. And, one of the biggest things that we look for in fighters is when they turn red like that. When a guy turns real red like that, he's getting real tired. And, sometimes we just got to push. Hill needs to get in there and just push this through. But once again, all the due to respect to Josh Williams, man. What a tough kid. Look at this fight.
He
What
would
an
not
odd,
go down.
This is the first fight of the night, guys.
Boy, we thought he was done for when he was over there on the ropes.
We did. And
There's
love
a
the
big
high
kick from
Love
Hill.
the high kick from Hill.
Now right here in front of us.
Hill keeps going.
Stop,
There it is.
And it's over. Hill has gotten a TKO over Josh Williams. What an awesome fight.
Get your bearings, buddy.
How about Williams, though? That kid stood in there for a long time and took a lot of that. Josh Williams stood in there and took as much as he possibly
did. What
could.
a tough kid, and we got so much respect for him. And, thanks for getting in there. And that was one heck of a fight.
Boy,
Those boys exchanged some punches, and that was one hell of a fight.
Ryan Hill, he threw a couple of those high feet kicks right there, and he landed that last one.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely a battle to get things started. I don't think you can
Yes, he
start the
did.
night better than that. Ryan Hill. Ryan Hill is going to walk away with the victory in the first one. What do you say to him? He's one of your guys in the MMA.
I want to run over there and hug him, but I'm stuck with this microphone in my face. It's my brother.
I'm going to face him.
There it is. Ryan
now
Hill's going
here
to
we
win
go.
number 1. So to make it official, let's send things into Bob in the ring. Here we go.
Bring the center, gentlemen. Great fight, good fight. Both of you guys, good fight.
The referee has called a stop to this bout at 47 seconds of the third round. Your winner by TKO in the red corner, Ryan Hill.
What an absolute heart.
I was pretty close. That was all right, good.
Corey Smith.
How we doing, Richie
Bout
Melby?
number one. What do you think of that?
Man,
Did you see
head
the first
kicks to
fight
the
start
head,
like that?
That was out of control. Out of control.
Here you go.
I tell you what, fight number one's already the best one on the bout. We've got plenty more still to come. We are going to send things to our sponsors. We are back right after this.
Guarding America, defending freedom. The Air National Guard.
On this episode, the discount kid needs money fast to get his horse out of the hospital.
Lone Ranger, you have any money I can borrow? My horse is in the hospital.
What'd you do with all your gold penning money?
Oh, I had too much fun in Virginia City.
Me too. Do what I do when I need some cash. Head on over to Alias Smith and Jones Pond. They'll loan you money on just about anything of value.
Yeehaw, let's ride.
You ain't got no horse.
Oh, yeah.
Head over to Alias Smith and Jones Pond and find out how they help the Lone Ranger get a loan.
Miller time. It starts with brothers. Not the ones who share your DNA. The ones you choose. The ones who haven't called you by your real name in years. Who know the full story behind a broken bone, an ill-advised tattoo, or why you have a weakness for women named Jennifer. Add a round of Miller Lite, and you've got Miller time. Because everything's better over a great beer. A light beer that's never light on taste. It's not just a good time. It's Miller time.
This fight brought to you by the Sting Sports Bar, the official after party of the ICF. Brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Sleep Center.
Another guy from right here in the Electric City. It is Cameron Blackcrow. And yeah, check the mask. You can see it right now. You can hear the music. You love it.
Absolutely love Cameron Blackcrow for, he's wearing a mask every time. The kid's just an animal, he's one of those that just doesn't have the mentality to quit. Cameron's been training at my school now for a little over a year. He's 5'9.5" inches tall. He's 205 pounds. He's 25 years old, and right now he's carrying a 3-0 MMA record in that cage.
And we've seen this kid in these 2-2-1 ICF fights before, and I tell you what, he is absolutely a beast the second the bell goes off.
Absolute beast. He's one of those guys that's twice as tough as he looks.
Mixed fight style, too. He's not going to be one of those guys that's a freestyle, one of those guys looking to get to the ground. He's going to mix it up a lot.
The Electric City MMA a team is a very versatile team. We're not a straight stand-up team. We're not a ground team. We're an all-around team. You need to be prepared for anybody that could possibly come into, anybody that can come into that cage could be a ground fighter or a stand-up fighter. You want to be ready for those guys. You know, Cameron came from college came from college football to MMA. He got injured in football and couldn't play anymore, and thought one day, what the hey, I want to go do something. Came down to our gym. I remember him and his cousin come down to our gym, and he just walked in, and he was almost clueless to what MMA really was. He said, hey, what are you guys doing down here? We fight. We're MMA fighters, cage fighters. He says, you know, let me try it. I seen him every day.
And just looking at him, he's
every
an intimidating
day.
Guy walking into the ring right now.
Oh, yeah, the young man's got absolutely no quit to him. Definitely earned his right to be here.
205 pounds again. He's got a lot of muscle coming in here with this one. He can pack a punch.
Absolutely he does, you know, and Cameron has to lose a couple of pounds to get in there at 205, and so he's probably walking in there right now at about 220, but he punches like he's 260.
Yeah, he is a big kid, and he's got the venom show. Again, he's just an intimidating guy the second he walks into the ring.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, and there's just no quit.
Yeah, no quit in this guy at all, absolutely.
Yeah,
How about his opponent here?
You know
this boy.
We got Ace Gingrich coming in here, Ace Titan Gingrich. You know, I've watched Ace for a couple of years now. He comes out of Hamilton, Montana. You know, he's a wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai fighter who is out of the dog pound
coming through in Hamilton. Yeah, he's 5'11", 203 pounds. So these are two big boys.
They
Not
are.
a lot of height like we saw in the first battle of the night.
And you know the beauty is we've got Ace getting in here with a record of 2-1, so he's only got 3 fights just like Cameron. So the experience levels are going to be right where they're, you know, expected to be, and this ought to be, you know, one heck of a fight, you know, and you know, just to speak of fighters and where fighter brain could be, you know, I was talking to Ace earlier, and he tells me the last book that he read was The Art of Mental War. You know, I mean, he's understanding the whole game, trying to really educate himself through the whole thing. And once again, he's coming out of the dog pound, you know, I mean, you're talking about a team that is top team, not just in Montana, in the country. You know, in the country, we have dog pound fighters in the national spotlight. So absolutely, Matt Powers is up in the cage right now. He's the coach over there taking care of things, you know, and the man definitely knows what he's doing.
This bout right here has the potential to be one of the best ones on the card, you have to believe, because these two guys, again, we've seen them before. We've seen these guys. You just talked about the dog pound and everything that their fight club is all about. But obviously your boy in the ECMMA as well,
yes.
Cameron.
Yes. Both prepared to fight.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get things rolling. Bout number 2 is set to get underway. Let's get the official introduction. Here's Bob in the cage.
Got any last-minute questions for me? All right, I'm going to bring you in the center, going to give you some last-minute instructions.
Your second bout of the evening is a mixed martial arts bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds and is sponsored by Gold's Gym. Your referee in charge of the action, Cal Clark. Fighting out of the Rockstar red corner. This man enters the cage at 5 feet 9.5 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, carrying an unblemished mixed martial arts record of 3 wins and no losses. Fighting out of Electric City MMA in Great Falls, Montana, Cameron, the Animal Black Crow. And his opponent, fighting out of the Rockstar blue corner. This man enters the cage at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 203 pounds even, carrying a mixed martial arts record of 2 wins and 1 loss, fighting out of the Dog Pound Fight Team in Missoula, Montana, Ace Titan Gingrich.
Here we go. Bout number 2 set to get underway. So again, here we go. Things in the blue corner. It's going to be Ace Gingrich. That makes it easy because he is wearing the blue shorts. And in the black and red shorts is the Electric City MMA guy, Cameron Black Crow, 205 pounds. How about 203 pounds? These two boys right here have got some weight behind them. We expect to see a lot of big punches coming our way right away.
Absolutely. I expect this to be an exciting fight. I don't even know what to expect out of it. Could end quick, could go a long ways. Just never know. All I know is this is going to be exciting. I have been training Cameron for quite some time to get ready for this. They just recently found Ace to step in here and do this as an opponent. So very, very excited for this. And I know that both these boys came and they're ready to put on a show for us.
You can see it in their eyes right away as they continue to stare at each other, waiting to get this bell underway. Ace the Titan Gingrich, Cameron Blackcrow, Electric City MMA, and the Dog Pound. And
here
ref
we go.
Kyle Clark says we are good to go.
Here we
Round
go.
number 1.
Time to fight.
A couple of the big guys in here as Cameron starts to land a couple of these. Blackcrow throwing some punches back and forth. Got a couple of them. There's another one under the Cameron Blackcrow landed a couple right underneath the chin.
Leaving those legs out.
Now he's going with the knees instead as Cameron continues to throw
Cameron's
some punches to the
going after the body.
midsection.
He needs to get up there after the head, and he's just hitting with a couple of good, hard, straight lefts.
We thought these guys would come out firing punches, and that's
And
exactly
they
what
are.
we have seen.
Yep, they are banging like heavyweights.
Oh, and you can hear the crowd as Blackcrow rounds a couple more to the face
couple
right
more
there.
tough ones. Watch out. Oh, Ace is shooting for the takedown.
And he does it.
He
Takes
dumps
him straight to the
and
mat
he
for the
dumped him
first
right
takedown.
to the mount. Nice
Oh, and
reversal
Blackcrow
from
reversals.
Blackcrow. Blackcrow was right on that. We've trained that over and over and over. Cameron's got him up against that cage, and now when you get a guy pinned up against there, now you just want to just beat him up and take it out of him, get the fight out of him.
This is exactly what you see. You keep that left hand fire into the head, throwing some punches in there.
Ace is trying to set that left arm up right there. If he takes control of it and shoots his left leg through, he can actually pop a triangle. Unrealistic in his position because he's so tight to the cage at this point in time, but still as a fighter, when you're on top of somebody, be careful. What fighters tend to do a lot of times is they get over the top of their opponent and they get overconfident. They think, I own this fight and this is over. That's when they make mistakes. That's when they get submitted. That's what you want to make sure that you do not do.
And Blackcrow staying on top right here. Cameron is. Ace Gingrich
Absolutely.
not putting up a lot of the fight right now. We don't have a lot of movement going on, so these guys not wearing each other down too much.
Well, I think Ace is experienced enough and knows enough that if he gives up too much of a fight down there, he's gonna wear himself out, right? Cameron Blackcrow sitting on top. Our referee's gonna go ahead and stand it. Cameron Blackcrow being down there on that bottom, you want to stay hip to hip and stay tight and stay on top of them.
And this is exactly what the crowd wanted,
is
is these two right back in the middle of the ring.
These two are just going to bang. That's what they want to do.
Blackcrow trying to land a couple more
Blackrow's
punches.
doing a great job with his hands at this point. He can take a punch, though. You got to tell him. He's doing a great job on distance. These two are just going to swap blows for a second. This is just going to be a fight.
Gingrich looked a little winded.
Yeah.
Blackcrow caught one
he's
right
trying
there.
for that knee. That was a great job by Ace on that right there. He's looking for that clinch.
Oh, and he continues to go for the knees right to the midsection of Blackcrow.
Yeah. Blackcrow needs to get out of there. Uppercuts.
Right here in front of us, he does just that. Dances back to the center of the ring.
Come on.
So here we
We're
go
doing
again,
good.
sizing one another up.
These boys are going to stand and bang, I don't know. Cameron's got some really heavy legs and some kicks. I'd love to see him open up on some leg kicks about now. But we all got a game plan going in until we get there.
Exactly. As soon as you get into the ring,
10 seconds
the game plan can change just like that. Maybe that's what we're seeing right now.
Absolutely it does. If Gingrich runs out of gas right here, round 2 is not going to look good for him. I'm saying 10-9 Blackcrow right now.
It looked like Blackcrow definitely was the winner in that one as we traded blows back and forth in round number 1, but we have still got more fighting in bout 2. Stick around. That is coming up next.
When was the last time you slept like a baby?
More than 18 million Americans have sleep apnea, a condition that causes the airway to collapse during sleep.
Sleep apnea is a life-threatening condition if left untreated. Symptoms include snoring, headaches, and chronic fatigue.
Rocky Mountain Sleep Disorder Center is an accredited sleep medicine facility. Call them today for an appointment with a physician board-certified in sleep medicine for sleep apnea relief.
Rocky Mountain Sleep Disorder Center in Butte. They'll have you back to sleeping like a baby.
The fifth quarter is about to start at the Rockin' R. Join us downtown with Bobcat coaches and our 1950 Bobcat Chevy pickup with $2 Bud Light, and $3 Chuck Norris shots. And enter for a chance to win Cat Grizz tickets and other Bobcat gear.
Join us tonight for the fifth quarter. Only at the Rockin' R Bar.
This fight brought to you by the Salon Professional Academy, the official pre-fight spot for the ICF Ring Girls. Brought to you by the Bug Doctor.
You good for round 2? Yes. He's good for round 2. Seconds out, gentlemen. Seconds out, gentlemen.
And we are coming back for bout number 2, round number 2. Cameron Blackcrow in the red corner out of the Electric City MMA, and it is Ace Gingrich over in the blue corner in the blue shorts.
Coming
Ace,
out of the
course,
dog
out of Hamilton in the dog pound, absolutely. And what a first round we have, throwing blows back and forth. We'd go, we even got to the ground a little bit. Referee Cal Clark, of course, broke him up, got us right back into the center of the ring, and that's exactly what this crowd wants to see this evening.
You know, that referee's position is not the most enviable position. You know, a lot of pressure that goes with that. Great job to Cal Clark. He did a great job right there.
That's what we like to see.
And here we go. These two fighters are getting ready to go.
You ready, fighter?
We can expect to see more blows being thrown here in round number 2. Cal Clark's got to give Ace a second here. He was ready to go already.
Yep. I'm
Touch
expecting
the gloves.
as much. Leg kicks. Nice shot, Cam.
And we've seen
Comes
some of these
straight
leg
off
kicks.
with a hard straight right, and now they're just going to bang for a second. You know, if I'm Ace's coach, I'm saying, you know, that clinch and those knees were working pretty well, and that's what we're going to try and get done here. However, Cameron's throwing some good hands, showing some good boxing.
Down to the ground we go.
Ace shoots for the takedown in there, and he actually gets him down. Cameron's shooting for a half a guillotine, if you will. Just got mounted again.
Not working.
And
that's
so
the second
Cameron's going to have
takedown.
to start working his way out of there. Nice rollout, and you know, Ace get quick enough. He can take that back, but it looks like we're going to get back on our feet and start throwing some punches. Good
Couple
job
blows
on
to the faces.
Good job on Ace's part to get in there and start
those knees
start
legal,
banging.
Ace.
Blackcrow's stumbling a little bit.
Blackrow's not looking good. I think he's dinged.
Right here in
You
front
know,
of us.
Ace is throwing some blows. Cameron's in there. Come on.
Oh, there
Cam.
goes the
Watch
mouthpiece.
back.
There goes
Gotta
the mouthpiece of Blackcrow right into the middle of the ring, and now
Cam.
Gingrich is just
Yeah,
taking advantage
Gingrich
of
is giving
this.
it to him. I think Cameron's had enough.
It looks that way.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for
Cal
Cameron.
Clark.
He's going to have to start fighting back, or this is going to get stopped.
Cal
Come
Clark's
on, Cam.
right here waiting
there
for
we
it.
go. Yeah, Cal's on top of it, doing a great job. You know, banging like true warriors do.
Keep those knees legal, Ace.
You know,
Again, Blackcrow hasn't lost. A
Gotta
3-0
defend
record
yourself.
right now, but he is definitely
he's
down
got
to
to get
Gingrich
out
in
of there.
this one.
Yeah, he can't just sit there in that clinch and take those hits, or he's just going to be done.
And you can
You
hear
know?
these knees right here in front of
those
us
are
from
vicious
Gingrich.
to the body, vicious to the body. You're talking 200-pound guys, you know.
Blackcrow wants his
And they need
mouthpiece
to
back
fight.
in. There we go. Now
Yeah.
he's got the mouthpiece
And they
back
need
in.
to- Yeah.
Ready? Fight!
Gingrich's corner telling him to go and finish. Direct quote
You
coming
know,
from
Cam
the
needs
corner.
to start throwing uppercuts, and he needs to start getting out of that clinch and just start throwing.
There's another big
Look
right
at the heart
hand.
of these two. They're both so tired, and yet they're still throwing and banging. I mean, you've got to just respect. You got to respect these boys for getting this fight done.
And they keep throwing
Doing a
the
great
knees.
job. I mean, these two are just banging.
Letting the knees lead into the punches.
Yeah, you can't. Cameron
there's
needs
another
to,
big
you know,
one.
Cameron needs to throw some uppercuts when he's caught in that clinch because Gingrich's clinch is a little bit loose. And so, you know, Blackrow's got the room to get that uppercut in there, but he's not throwing it.
Bleeding a
and
little
then
bit.
again, you know, it's all different in there. I mean, look, Gingrich is just actually blatantly reaching for it.
Trying
And
to get
that's
him.
when Blackrow's needs to throw that uppercut. As soon as you see him reach for the head for that clinch, throw that uppercut. Come on.
He is too. Gingrich
Yeah,
is just
you
trying
know,
to
I
grapple
think
with him
Cameron's-
right now.
I'm thinking Cameron's got a broken nose and he's having trouble breathing through it right now.
It kind of looks
You
that
know,
way.
It does look that way.
A lot of
but
blood
you
in the
know,
ring.
these two are just going to bang some more. Look at how tough these guys are. This is an MMA fight. These are Montana fighters.
Boy, there's another
And
big
here
one
we
from
go.
Gingrich.
We're going to bang this through, man. You know, Gingrich is has done at this point a great job. If he can hold on to this
10 seconds
round,
left.
he can stay with it. There again, Blackcomb needs to throw uppercuts.
And he's trying to right now, but you can see Gingrich has got him against the gate again as the blood comes flying right here in front of us.
Yeah, no, gotta love that. We've got.
The blood comes flying right here. Bout number 2, round number 2, our first sight of blood this evening. I tell you what, we're going to have round number 3 when we come back from this.
Been staying here at the State Bridge since the 1st of January of 2012. It's worked out really well. And I've noticed that several of the folks that I've spoken to on the planes are now choosing to stay here as a long-term guest as they're coming into the area. One of the unique differences that travelers will find is that the staff at the State Bridge will make each and every stay that you have just as enjoyable as your last stay.
Salon Professional Academy, from New York to your world.
I feel like I'm going to a salon instead of a school. The atmosphere is really friendly and welcoming.
I graduated and was working just 10.5 months.
Not only does the school provide you with the tools you need, they teach you how to treat your guests with integrity and professionalism. The coolest thing about T-Spa is the energy. Probably the best decision I've ever made.
Your world. Make it happen.
If you're a big football fan, you're gonna love all the college and professional football action at the Sting.
The Grizz, the Cats,
even your favorite professional team.
all the action is huge at the Sting.
Everything is bigger at the Sting.
Bigger beers,
Bigger wings.
a much bigger location.
And the Sting has added more high-definition screens, so you'll see all the action.
All the games.
All the fun.
Football is great at the Sting.
The Sting, even bigger and better than ever.
1121 5th Street South.
This fight brought to you by the Rockin' R Bar, the official location of the ICF viewing party. Brought to you by Geranios Enterprises.
Here we are. Ring girls are in there with round number 3. Boy, what a second round it was to that bout right there.
Heck of a round for these two. What a high amount of heart that these two are showing. Just unbelievable. But then again, I'm going to give it to Corey Smith and 221 Industries for finding these matchups, finding these tough guys, and bringing them out here to show the rest of the country what Montana fighters are about.
And there was at least a couple times during that second round right there where we thought we might see a fighter go to the ground, and I tell you what, they were staggering around, but they stayed on their feet. The crowd is loving it. Fight of the night so far, no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there, in the MMA game, when they see the fight hit the ground, they say, hey, wait me when the fight starts. Somebody that truly understands the game says the fight just started. Cool.
Absolutely.
And so, it's all in that appreciation. And everybody loves a good stand-up banging war. I mean, the country's original combat sport of boxing was so big.
And you can see both of these guys are breathing pretty heavy
here we
right
go.
now.
And we got to have big respect for each other coming in here, because we've both just fought through a heck of a war. And now Cameron's going to open up those legs, and there he is. He's 2 leg kicks out. And I'm here to tell you that Cameron has leg kicked me and made me limp for a week. So, Gingrich is just tough as crap. He just took 3 of them, and I know he is not happy about it.
He looks energized,
yeah, he
Cameron
is so
Blackcrow.
tired. Well, no disrespect to Ace. He looks great. He looks physical. But, all those muscles take energy and take oxygen. And those, we get those guys sometimes that just want to pump weights and think they're tough because they pump weights and they're big. You actually have halfway choked yourself, and you've already made yourself completely tired. Thank you.
He's taking these kicks right now.
He is taking them. And if Gingrich doesn't get moving, he's just simply going to get voted out of the fight just for not moving. He's just so tired right now. If Cameron plays his cards right, this is exactly what Cameron's going to do. He's going to dance around. He's going to bang with him to the end. That's what they're going to do. Cameron is taking this fight right now. If Gingrich doesn't get moving, he's not going to win this fight.
He's got to look at worry on his face.
Yeah, and now Cameron is stuffing takedowns. Cameron needs to really pop his hips into him. Gingrich needs to suck that leg up underneath him and drive Cameron to the ground. Cameron needs to blow his hips into Gingrich and just let him know, hey, you don't get to take me down. Outstanding fight.
Oh, there's a big throw from Blackcrow. Down goes Ace Gingrich. What a right hand from Cameron Blackcrow right in front of your living room. Wow. And Gingrich is still on the ground. Gingrich is still down. Cal Clark's checking on him right here, right now. Cameron Blackcrow, Electric City MMA in the red corner. He's 3-0, and you can make that 4-0 at this point.
You got hit. You got knocked out.
Unbelievable comeback. He had lost round number 2, but Cameron Blackcrow, Electric City MMA with the big right hand knockout, takes bout number 2. We've still got plenty more fighting, plenty more excitement. We're coming back right after this.
One Professional Academy, from New York to your world.
I feel like I'm going to a salon instead of a school. The atmosphere is really friendly and welcoming.
I graduated and was working just 10.5 months.
Not only does the school provide you with the tools you need, they teach you how to treat your guests with integrity and professionalism. The coolest thing about T-Spa is the energy. Probably the best decision I've ever made.
Your world. Make it happen.
You gonna try to sit up, bud? They're right here. They're ready when we need them. Unless he's getting C-spine, we won't need
them. Welcome back to Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls, Montana. Bout number 2 just came to a close. It was Cameron Blackcrow out of the Electric City MMA with that big right hand, taking down Ace Gingrich, who's finally getting back up. And for your official decision, we're sending things to Bob up in the cage.
The referee has called a stop to this fight at 1 minute and 32 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by knockout in the red corner, Cameron the Animal Blackcrow.
Cameron Blackcrow, winner of bout number 2. Over Ace Gingrich right there. How about that right hand?
You know, what a heck of a right hand right there. You know, Cameron's worked so hard on his boxing lately. I'm very proud of him to get in there and get that done like that. Outstanding. Couldn't be prouder.
Absolutely. Cameron Blackcrow wins fight number 2. We're going to have plenty more fighting and plenty more excitement as expected. We are coming back right after this.
Yes, sir.
Guarding America, defending freedom. The Air National Guard.
On this episode, the discount kid needs money fast to get his horse out of the hospital.
Lone Ranger, you have any money I can borrow? My horse is in the hospital.
What'd you do with all your gold pen and money?
Oh, I had too much fun in Virginia City.
Me too. Do what I do when I need some cash. Head on over to Alias Smith and Jones Pond. They'll loan you money on just about anything of value.
Yeehaw, let's ride.
You ain't got no horse.
Oh, yeah.
Head over to Alias Smith and Jones Pond and find out how they help the Lone Ranger get a loan.
Miller time. It starts with brothers. Not the ones who share your DNA. The ones you choose. The ones who haven't called you by your real name in years. Who know the full story behind a broken bone, an ill-advised tattoo, or why you have a weakness for women named Jennifer. Add a round of Miller Lite, and you've got Miller time. Because everything's better over a great beer. A light beer that's never light on taste. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
When was the last time you slept like a baby?
More than 18 million Americans have sleep apnea, a condition that causes the airway to collapse during sleep.
Sleep apnea is a life-threatening condition if left untreated. Symptoms include snoring, headaches, and chronic fatigue.
Rocky Mountain Sleep Disorder Center is an accredited sleep medicine facility. Call them today for an appointment with a physician board-certified in sleep medicine for sleep apnea relief.
Rocky Mountain Sleep Disorder Center in Butte. They'll have you back to sleeping like a baby.
My name is Frank Ramsey. I'm from the Dog Pound Fight Team.
My name is Jacob Hauk. I fight out of the Grindhouse in Billings, Montana.
I think he's just, solid everywhere. He's so good on his feet and good wrestler.
Frank's a real tough guy. He's a good fighter. Really good shape, tough guy. I'm looking forward to competing against him.
I feel like I can just fight from any position. I got to be comfortable wherever.
I train all facets of MMA, and he's versed in all facets. So I feel comfortable everywhere. I've been training hard. I got good teammates.
I'm prepared for it to go all the rounds. I would like to get in positions to finish it, of course.
First priority for me is just to keep my mind straight.
I hope he's prepared, and I'm excited to showcase my skills.
Hey, good luck, man. Thanks for the fight, and I look forward to competing against you.
Lifestyle, super bad bitch. If I want it, bet I got it. If I don't bet, all I gotta do is go. Get, stay about my business. Ball till I fall. Floss until I finish. Here go. Get, stay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of ICF 7 Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls, Montana. It is that time of night. Richie Melby alongside Dave Evans. Maybe we've saved the best for last. Entering the ring right now, Jacob, the incredible Hauk, not
yes,
the Hulk.
Sir.
One of the Grindhouse guys out of Billings. We had a chance to chat with him beforehand. This kid wanted this fight. He's got it.
I love this kid in that respect. He stepped up and he called Frank Ramsey out, but he called him out in a very respectful manner. He just said, hey, you know what? I think I'm the best. I want to fight the best. Frank Ramsey, you're the best 155-pound fighter in the state of Montana right now. You're the title holder. I want to test my skills against you. And you've got to respect that. Coming out of the Grindhouse, once again, you expect at a professional level that they're very well-rounded everywhere. But once again, out of the Grindhouse, absolutely ground game is what I'm watching for.
He told us he was a freestyle fighter. And this kid is all about MMA. We asked him, some fun little questions with all these fighters. If he won the lottery, the first thing he'd buy, he's going to start his own MMA promotion. So he wants to stick around this business as long as he possibly can.
And part of it also makes me think maybe he's just been punched a couple too many times.
Him and Corey Smith working side by side.
That's
That'd be
right.
something as he crawls into the ring. Again, it is
There he
Jacob,
goes.
the incredible Hauk, out of Billings, Montana, the Grindhouse. He's got the white shorts and the big red, white, and blue tattoo down that left arm. But he is in for a fight here this evening.
That young man looks like he's in great shape. He looks like he's ready to go. I think that he's mentally prepared. He knows mentally that he's in for a fight. As an amateur taking a fight, you never know. The guy that you're getting in there with could have just climbed off the couch and you just go in there, and do what you got to do and whatever.
You hear this music rolling? You hear this music start rolling, and here he comes.
Frank, the Rain Man Ramsey. Great Falls native coming in here. We always love to watch Frank fight. A very versatile fight. Coming straight out of the Dog Pound in Missoula. Once again, broken record. Dog Pounders come ready to fight.
And look who's walking in with him. One of his old sparring partners, the guy that's helped train him, Tim Welch. That guy right there. We just saw him fighting in the Bellator fights here last month. It wasn't that long ago.
Absolutely. We love Tim for that.
And obviously Frank Ramsey. We talked about it during the pre-show earlier. This is likely the last time we'll see him fight locally like this. He's probably going bigger. He's probably going to be one of those guys like Tim Welch, like Leo Bercier, the next guy from Montana to take that step to the elite around the Northwest, wherever it might be. This kid is going national.
Absolutely he is, and I don't think there's a probably or a maybe to it. I think Frank's on his way to the mainstream. And pretty soon, I think the whole country's going to know who Frank Ramsey is.
There is not a more humble kid in MMA or in any sport than Frank Ramsey is either.
I don't know that I've ever met anybody like that. One of the questions that we were asking people, just to kind of get a sense of who they were, one of the questions that we asked him was, if you won the lottery, what would be the first thing that you would do with your money? And the first thing that Frank said to me was, Frank said to me, he said, you know what, I'm going to donate money to my family and my friends, make sure they're cool first, and then, you know what, I'm going to take care of me afterward.
That's
Love
just
the
the
kid.
kind of kid he is. Here it is. It's the main event. It is Jacob Hauk, Frank Ramsey. Bob has the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a battle! 221 Industries and ICF bring you tonight's main event. Your main event tonight is the ICF lightweight title fight, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds, and sponsored by the Sting Sports Bar, home of your after-fight party. Your referee in charge of the action, Brett Hamlin. Fighting out of the Rockstar red corner. This man enters the cage at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 153.4 pounds, carrying a professional mixed martial arts record of 3 wins and 2 losses, fighting out of Grindhouse in Billings, Montana. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob, the Incredible Hauk! And his opponent, fighting out of the Rockstar blue corner. This man enters the cage tonight at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds even, carrying a professional mixed martial arts record of 8 wins and 1 loss, fighting out of the Dog Pound Fight Team in Missoula, Montana, originally from Great Falls, Montana. And your current ICF lightweight champion, Frank Ramsey.
All right, guys, coming in the center.
All right, we've already covered everything in the back. Any questions from the blue corner? Any questions? All right, I want you to listen to my commands and obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean, hard fight. Touch them up and let's make it official.
This fight brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drink, the official energy drink of the ICF.
And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It is the main event. Your lightweight champ, Frank Ramsey, Great Falls native, fighting out of the Dog Pound in Missoula, taking on the Grindhouse Billings guy, Jacob Hauk. This is the fight Jacob Hauk wanted. Again, he respectfully called out Frank Ramsey. He wants to be the best. You've got to beat the best. He has his chance right now in front of this packed house, and they are on their feet. They're excited and ready to get things underway. Here we go, main event.
Absolutely ready to go. This is good. I'm way looking forward to this fight.
Ramsey's so smart in the opening minutes. We've seen him knock guys out in the first 15, 20 seconds of fights, too.
Absolutely. And it all really comes down a lot to your training partners, and how good your training partners are. And Frank is definitely up there at the Dog Pound with them boys and has some of the best training partners that you can find in the country.
Hauk's trying to throw a few punches in here. He's been jumping around a little bit, but Ramsey just not intimidated at this point. He knows exactly what he's doing as he just barely misses the big left right there.
Frank just landed a nice straight right on his way out of there. You can tell these guys.
All night.
Nice stand up.
If you watch Frank's eyes, watch Frank's head as he bounces it back from side to side, avoiding all the contact as we're going to get a little grappled up here, broken free.
Yeah.
Frank does such a good job of moving his head and avoiding those punches, avoiding those kicks.
Absolutely he does. It's slipping those punches instead of backing away from them. It's all about being in there fighting with them. When they've got your reach like that, you need to get in there and stay in there.
And how about that?
Hauk
Ramsey
just landed a heck of a knee to the body. caused Frank to trip over his feet on the way back. Houck's
Ramsey
looking to
does
take
a
some
great
back.
job
Frank,
getting out of it, though.
beautiful job.
He kind of
Beautiful
tripped
job,
over his own feet down that one.
Yeah, he did. You know, I think it was a knee to the body that kind of sent him back like that a little bit. And, you know, that happens. Guys are still doing great. That was a beautiful push kick from Frank right there in that rear leg push kick. Reaching in there with that left hand.
He landed one
Beautiful
right there. A little bit
boxing
red in the
skills.
face. You can see he's taking a couple shots, has Frank Ramsey.
Yeah.
Jacob Houck, he is the real deal. We knew it coming in. That's why he called this fight. That's why he wanted it.
At this point, he is absolutely looking like he is the real deal. And, you know, this is going to be an awesome fight by the time this is over. We're still actually showing a bit of respect.
Ooh.
Nice straight right.
There it was. Ramsey just waiting for an opening.
Shot for that left hook. Nice knee to the body.
Just waiting for the opening is Frank Ramsey.
Yeah, you boys are ready to fight. They came to fight.
There's
Absolutely
another
straight right from Frank, you know, and Frank is extremely strong for a young man his size.
Oh, and there, Houck's going to land a couple of
face,
but there he goes, Frank Ramsey. Hello.
Straight right knocking out.
Unbelievable.
That was absolutely unbelievable. Houck is out cold.
On their feet is this capacity crowd.
Trying to get Houck. Houck is out cold.
Look at Frank Ramsey up on top of the cage.
That was unbelievable, brother. If you are looking to go national, you just proved it.
Let's go ahead. If we've got a replay, we definitely need to take a peek at that replay right here.
Look at that.
Frank Ramsey throws the big punch. The damage is done. Houck is down in the middle of the ring, and Ramsey and his hometown crowd are going crazy.
Absolutely. What a beautiful straight right shot from Frank Ramsey. Unbelievable. You know, Houck came in here to fight, and we appreciate him and respect him for that. He comes out of a very respectable school at the Grindhouse, you know. He got caught. Anybody can get caught. One thing that he was doing when he was coming after Ramsey is he kind of dropped his hands down a little bit. And I was watching Frank kind of time that out on him a little, you know, and start throwing those hooks a little bit. And then all of a sudden, right down the pipe, here comes that straight right. Beautiful job.
Jacob Houck, he was in the fight the entire time. He'd been landing a couple of punches. He threw a few good ones, but I tell you what, all it takes is one big punch from Frank Ramsey. We are coming back right after this.
Yes, sir.
The fifth quarter is about to start at the Rockin' R. Join us downtown with Bobcat coaches and our 1950 Bobcat Chevy pickup with $2 Bud Light, and $3 Chuck Norris shots. And enter for a chance to win Cat Grizz tickets and other Bobcat gear.
Join us tonight for the fifth quarter.
Only at the Rockin' R Bar.
If you're a big football fan, you're gonna love all the college and professional football action at the Sting.
The Grizz, the Cats,
even your favorite professional team.
all the action is huge at the Sting.
Everything is bigger at the Sting.
Bigger beers,
Bigger wings.
a much bigger location.
And the Sting has added more high-definition screens, so you'll see all the action,
All the games.
all the fun.
Football is great at the Sting.
The Sting, even bigger and better than ever.
1121 5th Street South.
Been staying here at the State Bridge since the 1st of January of 2012. And it's worked out really well. And I've noticed that several of the folks that I've spoken to on the planes are now choosing to stay here as a long-term guest as they're coming into the area. One of the unique differences that travelers will find is that the staff at the State Bridge will make each and every stay that you have just as enjoyable as your last stay.
Welcome back, ringside, Four Seasons Arena, Great Falls, Montana. Intense Cage Fighting 7 just came to a close with your main event, and wow, What a knockout blow from Frank Ramsey to Jacob Hauk.
Oh my gosh, what a straight, hard right hand that Ramsey sent right down the pipe. Right now they're in the cage, and Hauk is actually asking them what happened. He just looked at Frank Ramsey and said, "How did you catch me?"
And Hauk had been doing such a great job. He'd been throwing some punches. He landed a couple of kicks, but I tell you what, as soon as he opened it up, Ramsey threw that punch. He wins your main event. Again, for the official announcement, we're going ringside. Here is Bob.
Referee Brett Hamlin has called a stop to your main event tonight at 2 minutes and 17 seconds of round number 1. Your winner, and still ICF lightweight champion, winner by knockout, Frank Ramsey. I'm here with your winner tonight, your ICF lightweight champion. Frank, it's my understanding that this guy called you out. He intentionally wanted to fight you. Was there some bad blood there, or did he just feel it was that time for his game?
Not at all. People want to step up and try to fight me. I don't understand why, but, bring them on. Jacob's a great competitor. I knew it would be a good fight. I came prepared just like I do for every other fight. I never stopped training, so it went just perfect.
So it's no question about it. The dog pound tonight has kept these paramedics more than busy. Did you think you were going to come in here and win by knockout tonight?
I expected it to go, however it had to go. The distance, knockout, submission. I was prepared for 10 rounds, so glad it happened that way.
So you're officially 9-1 as a professional. What's the next stop now? I mean, you got to be going on to bigger and better things, right? Anything coming up in the future you should know, the people of Great Falls should know about?
I was just concentrating on this fight for right now, but, I've had offers on the table, and now it's starting to, this is my 10th fight in under 2 years, so it's time to, step back and take a look at, what I want to do from here. So whatever happens, happens. I'm ready for anything.
We're ready for the news. Where do we follow you out on Twitter?
At 55 Ramsey. Super interesting, too, let me tell you.
Well, these guys came for a 5-round brawl, Frank, and this is your hometown. They only got 2 minutes. I think you owe them a little talking to, some thank yous. Bring your beautiful girlfriend out here and everything. Here you go. It's your town.
I just want to thank, first of all, Nick Geranius, my dad, 2 of my biggest supporters ever. I love them both. They've been here since the beginning, and they'll be there till the end. I want to thank Cody Vukasin out of Cody's Cars, one of my good friends and main sponsors, and of course 221 for this whole thing. And Leo Bercier for taping my hands, and I'm happy that my family comes out to support me. Jolene, thanks for coming, love you. My grandma and grandpa, my aunts, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Taylor, I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Ramsey is the winner of your main event by knockout over Jacob Hauk. Real quick, what did you see here tonight, Dave, that made you think this kid's going to the big time?
I watched him pick his opponent apart. He watched a very skilled fighter, and he picked him apart, and he hit him with a straight right. I mean, when your opponent wakes up and says to you, "What did you just do to me?" Right? That young man's back in the locker room right now, and he's still wondering where he is.
Absolutely. Frank Ramsey, maybe the last time we see him in Montana, maybe not. We will hold out on that. Here in Great Falls, Montana at Four Seasons Arena, that will wrap up Intense Cage Fighting 7. We want to thank all of the sponsors for helping out with this event right here. Of course, Corey Smith and 221 Industries. And how about Rory Schulte and the entire production crew, camera, sound, and everybody else. Thank you guys very much. I'm Richie Melby on behalf of Dave Evans. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.